Greetings, YouTube. Happy Tuesday. By now, every one of you watching this should have this corresponding message in your store. Now, of course, this will vary depending on what level of the game you are. Uncollected title seems to be the continuing cutoff for now. I imagine as the months progress in 2019 that the Cavalier title will be an additional progression for opportunities to purchase rewards. But as you can see, for people who are not uncollected, you still have a chance to get 5-star shards, tier 4 basic Catalyst fragments, and tier 4 basic Catalyst, or class Catalyst fragments, which is fine if you need those. Certainly you want to consider it. But for me, I'm going to be talking about the top items for the uncollected, which are 6-star shards, tier 5 basic Catalyst fragments, and tier 2 alpha Catalyst fragments. Now, I wasn't sure how to approach this video, and I really wasn't even sure if I was going to do it. I was going to make a community post just asking people in kind of a poll form, hey, what do you think about doing this? And then my inbox has already been flooded with people who are chomping at the bit to buy today's first offer because it is arguably the most enticing one for uncollected summoners, but they didn't want to make the purchase without yours truly telling them what I thought, which what an honor it is, right? To have random strangers in different countries message you saying, Prof, I value your opinion so much that I'm waiting to purchase something until you tell me, especially since, I'm still a multimedia journalism professor. It's not like I'm teaching economics every day, though I did get an A in microecon in undergrad. So, it's a little bit of a humble brag since that's about the only time I'll ever be able to say that and not sound like a huge douche, although maybe I still sound like a huge douche. Who knows? All right, so when you go to the store, you will see the featured item. And what I like about the featured item in this new structure, at least for the moment, is that unlike before, where you only had, in some cases, an hour to claim something, so kabam, what do you expect? People to set their alarms every hour on the hour and not get sleep, definitely not get into a REM cycle of sleep in order to purchase the item of their choice? It was a terrible business model. But this is way different. This is 24 hours, a full day worth of thinking. So I will be doing this every day, along with whatever new offers there are for the community. Now, first, let's discuss the amount of Tier 5 Basic because it is relevant. 900. So if you are to look at 900 in the context of Tier 5 Basic, let's just go to the Glory Store for reference. So, as you can see here, I spend over 3,000 Glory each time I get my Alliance Quest rewards on Tier 5 Basic. I get the first 3 of the 5 levels every time. If you're wondering what else I spend my Glory on, it's usually a combination of Tier 2 Alpha, Catalyst fragments, and then I save the last couple, although now I'm down to 68, for Alliance Quest potions with those awesome potion deals, which in terms of units, or Glory per value, I should say, is the best value in the Glory Store, and I have held true to that for a long time. So this also gives you 900 Tier 5 Basic Catalyst fragments for free, quote unquote, if you just use your Glory. Now, I say free. I realize nothing is free technically, but free-to-play players don't have to spend cash to get this, and that's why I use the word free, because you don't have to be a cash purchaser to take advantage of this offer. So this is the same thing as what you get in the Glory Store. Now, 900 Tier 5 Basic is a small amount of Tier 5 Basic. If you were to get 10 of these, that would only give you 9,000 Tier 5 Basic, which is still 1/5 of the Tier 5 Basic Catalyst fragments you need in total to form one fully formed. And of course, you need 2 fully formed to take up a 5-star to max rank 5, and a 6-star to rank 2. You need 3 of them. It's just an insane amount of resources, especially for now in the contest. So what do you value 1,000 Glory, right? What do you value multiple days of Alliance Quest grinding, especially those of you like me who are in map 5 or map 6, or Lord help you if you're in map 7? What do you value at that? How many units? Well, the first offer of this, I think, is very, very fair. In fact, I think it is extremely generous, and I have to give Kabam credit because it's 90 units. That's less than a premium disappointment crystal for 900 Tier 5 Basic Catalyst fragments. And we have seen Kabam over and over again say it cost you $50 cash to get 4,500 of these, okay? And it cost you $100 to get 9,000 Tier 5 Basic Catalyst fragments. So let's look at what this is going to cost in comparison. So 900 times 5 is 4,500, which Kabam says in the past is what you should expect to pay in cash for a deal. That's only 672 units. Now, when you think about 672 units in the context of what you would normally spend, that's less than $30. So this, in a lot of ways, is the best deal we've seen for Tier 5 basic Kalas fragments. Now, let's go further, right? Let's go to the normal Odin deal of 9,000 Tier 5 basic, and that would be 10 of these. We know that an Odin is 3,100 units, and this is still about 1,000 units less than an Odin. You have a 17 purchase limit, kind of random, but if you were to buy all of them, that's where you get into trouble. Okay, so where is the Mendoza line between smart and dumb? Well, when you go all the way down to 10, I think that is the line. Once you get to 11 and you're spending 511 units per or 630, I think that is the huge risk. Now, the best offer in terms of overall value, I think, is the 5. If you want to get a significant amount of Tier 5 basic Kalas fragments for your collection, but you don't want to spend an arm and a leg, 672 units is a small price to pay for guaranteed resources of value. If you can stomach it, I do think, given what we've seen, it is still a decent to solid offer to spend 2,100 units to get 9,000 Tier 5 basic Kalas fragments. I do think that I would go so far as to say, given what we've seen, especially because this is units, which free-to-play players can grind for without having to worry about cash, this is an A value for 5 of these, and 10 of these, I still give a B- to B value. I'll probably give it like an 82%, whereas the other one, I'll give it 93%. We're not talking about A pluses, but for a featured item, Kabam has learned so much from their past mistakes. I would not go above 10. That's where it starts to get in the D, and then by the time you get to the 16th and 17th, total F territory for value. But overall, I'm extremely pleased to review this because it is a pro player offer that, depending on how many you get, again, 5 is an A value. Certainly 1 is an A plus value if you just want to snag one of those for 90 units. But in bulk, and that's what they're trying to do, get you to do these in bulk, I do think that 10 is the most I would get, and it still gets a B- grade. 5 gets a low A, and then 1, of course, gets an A+. I just want to say, in general, if I was running Kabam's marketing, which I still wish someday I could help them out, it doesn't make any sense how this model is the opposite of, say, Sam's Club, where the more you buy in bulk, the cheaper the per unit price is, whereas this, the more you buy in bulk, the more expensive the per unit price becomes. It actually makes more sense, even though I'm glad they're not doing this for the sake of people who don't have many units, to have the first or second purchase be the most expensive, and then it actually decreases in price per unit by how many you load up on your card. The fact that it's been an inverse makes 0 sense, and I've literally never seen that in any other aspect of life, but that's Kabam, right? They make their own rules, and to hell with math. I am going to have enough right off the top to purchase 5 of these and still have my 2,000 units for Cavalier Crystals with my brother coming up. So I am going to purchase 5 of them just to put my units where my mouth is, and that's going to give me 4,500 more Tier 5 basic Kalas fragments. So very happy with that purchase. Strongly recommend you consider doing the same. And as always, thank you so much for watching, for supporting my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel. We are so close to hitting 30,000 subscribers for my birthday. That would be an amazing birthday gift. So spread the word. I do my best to help out the community as much as possible. That's why this channel exists. And thanks to your support, it will continue to exist, hopefully, for years to come.